Hi my friends, welcome to this next little film in our series, and I want to start off saying thank you for being here. It's a lot of fun for me to do this, and I just really am enjoying myself, and it's wonderful to know that there are people out there who where we resonate with each other. It's a really good feeling. So today we're going to talk about a very big subject, which is our emotional well-being. And as I see it, the more emotionally well we are, the better our lives unfold. So there's just absolutely no way around this, that our emotions and the traumas that we have all been through, which are from this lifetime, and if you believe in lifetimes before this one, or even lifetimes in other places, we all carry with us some hurt, and it can be very, very old. And so as I see it, which I've said also many times before, that we are really whole within, we are well, and there's a part of us inside which you can call our true self, our deeper self, our divine self, which is really, really loving life. That aspect of us is always there. And the reason why this is not manifesting in our life, the reason why we're not really, really enjoying life on all levels, is that these old stuck traumas, hurts, disappointments, anger, all this that has happened to us is blocking the way. It's simply putting a cover over, or as we say in Chinese medicine, it's blocking the meridian. It's blocking the flow of qi. It's blocking the flow of life. It's blocking the flow of love, which inside us, deep within us, is flowing already. And so we have all these blockages, or we have all these capes on us, these coats of old hurt. And the more we let go of these old experiences, we let them surface and we release them, and we really release them with love, the more that this inner well-being will come forth. So I think it's I don't know if it's true, but it's what I experience myself in my own life, that the well-being that I wish will grow for me in my life, physically, mentally, emotionally, the well-being is already there. And all I need to do is really let go of stuff that is holding it back from me experiencing it fully. So, and now what this all really comes down to free will, and as I've also mentioned several times, that we are a spirit. We've come to earth, and we have really set, in a way, we have really set a plan for ourselves. And some of us will not do this emotional releasing in this lifetime. So, and you who are watching this have probably chosen to do that, because otherwise you wouldn't like to watch these videos. It would be unpleasant, probably. But it's good to ask yourself deep within, do I want to release these old emotions? And do I wish for myself to have a really wonderful life where I feel good nearly all the time? And of course, life fluctuates, so it isn't getting to feel better and better doesn't go in a linear curve. It's always in waves. So that's just life. That's the organic way life presents itself and is experienced through us. It goes in waves. But the waves will sort of even out, and we will feel, as we go through this, we will feel a larger degree of well-being every day. So it's good to ask ourselves, is this something I want to do? And do I understand the connection? If I really want a wonderful life for myself, am I ready to do the work of releasing this old stuff? Because depending on which way we choose and which tools we use to release these old emotions, we will get to experience them again to some degree, and sort of have a glimpse of what it was like when it happened to us. But with what I've experienced, some emotions can actually release without us even really feeling them. So, and this also comes down to belief again. If you believe that you must go therapeutically into this process of releasing, and that you must re-experience every trauma emotionally, physically, mentally again, this is what is going to happen for you. So our beliefs are so strong. The way we choose to view our lives is really what makes life happen. The way life will unfold. So if I say to myself, I understand with all my heart that for me to feel better, I need to get to know my emotions better. And I need to release whatever is hurting in me. I need to become aware of what is going on inside me. But if I also believe that this process is simple and easy, and actually even maybe joyful and fun, and makes me more and more vibrant and vital and energetic, and is going to give me all that I would ever want for, I'm becoming a more loving person. So this is actually a wonderful process I'm going through, and it's not going to be heavy and hard and difficult and long. Then that is what's going to happen. So we can go into belief systems another day, but this is really, really vital to get to see, how am I actually seeing this? And also ask yourself, do you feel you deserve a really, really wonderful life where you feel great? Do you feel you deserve that? And that's where we get down to the feeling of worth, which is such a huge theme for us humans. Am I valuable enough to deserve a really, really wonderful life where I shine my light? I unfold what is in me. I love being who I am, and I can make a change in some way that is so satisfying. I can be there for others. Do I wish that for myself, and do I feel that I'm valuable enough to receive this? So let's do a little quiet time. Just sinking into your heart, into your belly. Allowing the breath to go all the way down into your abdomen. Just letting my words float away like little puffy clouds on the sky. And we can use a type of Qigong breathing where we sense how the breath is coming in through all our skin. Every single skin cell is taking in this beautiful, fresh, clean, vibrant air. So it's coming in through all our skin and coming deep into ourselves, collecting in our hearts and all our chakras, filling ourselves up with this life force. And when you breathe out, feel how you're breathing through your skin, breathing out through your skin. And you can sense how everything you no longer need is just floating out through your skin. All the tightness and the tension, all the worry, all the heaviness, and any emotion that is ready to just leave you or just be transformed. Feel how special it is to just be in this moment, breathing. And how alive you feel when you're breathing this way. So alive. Sense your inner child in there, smiling up at you, saying, I love this. I love when you just let go of your mind and you spend time with me. Sensing how we are these physical beings. We have a mental body, an emotional body, an etheric body. We have many bodies. And we have this spiritual body, which is really our true self, that is manifesting in this physical form. And the more we allow our spiritual being to unfold within us and do what it wants, the more well we become. Just take 2 more long deep breaths, feeling how it's coming in through the skin, every skin cell. Deep into the inner being, and letting it go and float out through the skin, out into the world. Feeling how you're letting go of anything you no longer need. And we're letting go with love and gratitude. So coming back to this big subject, as I see it, there's many ways to work with our emotions and release what is holding us back. But as I see it, these sort of short, intensive programs might work for some people, but I think for most of us it is really a lifestyle, and probably for the rest of our lives. And I think that's the most gentle and loving approach to this, realizing how we have been through so much, all of us, and what needs to be released from us so that we can really feel how we heal on all levels. It will come when it's ready. So it is really a very natural process. So when we let go of holding back the emotions, we open our heart and we just let go. We allow that when we are in our family or with our friends, that being an emotional being is okay. I might suddenly start crying, and that's okay. So actually set myself free to be an emotional person and realize how loving that is, and also showing others that being emotional is actually a power, it's not a weakness, and that it's natural. And so the emotions that come from within, all the hurt and the anger, the resentment, the shame, the guilt, all this stuff will surface just naturally. And our life will give us situations where it can release. So it will come out, especially if we believe this and we decide that this is okay. I can live the rest of my life like that. I can be, of course, not showing my emotions in all situations, but where I feel safe, that just let it flow. When I'm in a professional setting, I can hold it back till I go home. So I had a little experience the other day. I'd been to the church where I sing, and the minister there is really, really wonderful. And he in his sermon, he had a little story about a woman called Mary, and she was a very special, just a really sort of a shining light. And she had a little inn, or a little place where you could come and have food and stay the night. And it's many years ago, and it was in Copenhagen. And one day this minister, when he was much younger, of course, he went to her and sat down and had a chat with her and asked about her life. And she told how she came from northern Jutland, from a very poor family, which most people were then. And so and in her grown-up life, she never married or had a family herself. So she was always a single woman. But when she was growing up, the Spanish flu was there. And I start feeling emotional when I talk about it again. It's really strange. So anyway, she told how 3 of her little sisters and brothers died in quite a short span of time, and how the father would build a little wooden coffin and put on the back of his bicycle, and drive off with this dead little baby child. And just that whole scene, and that she was talking about, and was just really, really very powerful. And the minister asked her, but how did this not completely traumatize you? And she said, well, because we had the man from Nazareth. We had Jesus in our life. And this is not a Christian thing, but this is just a little story from a life. And as the minister said, this woman she was such a shining light for so many people, and her life had been so difficult. And see, this makes me emotional again, I'm talking about it. So anyway, I came home from church, and we had one of my daughters and her her boyfriend here, and they were having coffee. They were just sitting with my husband, just enjoying life, playing some music, having a cup of coffee. And I came home, and they usually ask, how did it go? And I told this little story, and I burst out crying. And my daughter came and held her arms around me and just comforted me. And I was just sort of just bawling and saying, well, life is just so hard sometimes. It's just so hard. And so this is just a little example of how loving a family can be. And when you decide that this is the way I am, your family will embrace it. And how beautiful it is that there are healers around us helping us to release these old traumas, because this story is reminding me of something I've experienced, there's no doubt, because I still feel emotional about it. So understanding that I have some emotional releasing to do, and the more I do this, the more beautiful my life will unfold, and my life will present different things for me, so that this process will happen naturally. So it's very, very beautiful, and the support I need will be there. And so this is the way I think is really a good way to approach this process. And I think also when we take this path in life, that we're also making a good example for the people around us, that allowing your emotions to just float to the surface and be released is a beautiful thing to do. And I do it for myself, and I wish this for you too, that you are so kind to yourself, that you allow this to happen, or allow this to be a way of life for you. And I will be there. I will be there to hold my arm around you when you need some comfort, or just some extra love. So, yeah. We've all been brought up differently, and for people who have been brought up in a family where you did not talk about emotions and you really didn't talk about deeper things, this can be something we have to embrace very slowly, because it's not so natural. But for our spirit, this is completely natural. So yeah. And going back to what we were talking about last time with the emotion code, or the muscle testing, as you know, I do these sessions where I use the emotion code. I also use EFT, which is incredibly powerful, where you tap these different points while you're feeling an emotion, and you release it so quickly, but also very, very, very powerfully through the whole body. And with the emotion code, we use the muscle testing to actually tap into and find the emotion that is there. And often there is no emotional release that you actually feel. Sometimes there is, but usually there is not. But still the body is actually doing the releasing, because people feel much, much better after this session has been done. So as I mentioned before, some of the emotions we need to re-experience, but many of them we can actually just say goodbye to. And yeah, and so of course this is not about letting go of our emotions, because emotions are natural while we are in a human form. It's natural to feel anger, it's natural to feel sadness, it's natural to feel all these different, the whole spectrum of emotions. But what we're talking about here is pent up emotions that have been held back because of some hurt. So being an emotional being in our daily life is completely natural. So yeah, I'm going to finish this video now, and yeah, send you all my love and wish for you that yeah, you really get to get in touch with what you feel inside, and you dare to let it go, and you have the love for yourself that this will start to happen. And also, please do share if you're experiencing something during this process of this little series that you think you'd like to share with others, because it's always a great gift to read what other people are experiencing. So have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.